Monday AI agents took over my work. And I absolutely love it. Chasing deadlines, writing status reports, updating stakeholders. Agents handle the daily grind now. They live inside Monday.com, so they see the full picture. My work, my team, the whole company. And I don't have to worry about the data. It's safe, which means I'm free to focus on the big stuff, knowing everything runs smoothly in the background. It's completely shifted the way we work. Create your own AI agent in minutes on Monday.com.
Ever notice how life's best stories don't happen in your living room? They happen on the open road, out on the water, or parked under the stars. At Progressive, they get that you want to focus on the experience, not worry about the what-ifs. That's why they offer quality insurance designed for your ride, whether that's a boat, RV, or motorcycle. Adventure with confidence. Visit Progressive.com and see how easy it is to protect your favorite way to get away. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in D.C. Prices vary based on how you buy.
On today's Smart 7, the government tees up a social media ban, Court of Appeal to tackle rape case sentence, and much more. It's Wednesday, 27th of May, it's World Otter Day, and happy birthday, Joseph Fiennes.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
A case which saw 3 teenage boys convicted for their involvement in the rape of 2 teenage girls but escaped custodial sentences has now been referred to the Court of Appeal. The case, which has attracted national interest, saw Prime Minister Keir Starmer praise the courage of the 2 teenage girls for coming forward, and he had an announcement about the next steps in the process.
But it is distressing. I find it distressing as a politician. I find it distressing as a father. The Attorney General has power to refer a case to the Court of Appeal. The Attorney General has now exercised that power.
Attorney General Lord Hermer said the case was part of an epidemic of violence against women and girls, and that it's crucial that people feel they can have confidence in the justice system. The sentence also drew criticism from French rape survivor Gisèle Pellicot, who said she was shocked by the lack of a custodial sentence. Anna Turley is chair of the Labour Party, and she says proper justice is a huge priority for the government.
It's vital that the system works for those victims, that it supports them, and that it ultimately gives them the justice that is deserved, and that they feel that they've got some kind of justice for what happens.
Tuesday night was the closing date for the government's consultation process over a potential ban on social media for teens. There has been a worldwide move to limit children's access to social media platforms, with Australia leading the way last December. The consultation, which looked at things like app curfews and stronger age checks, will see results published in the summer, and Technology Secretary Liz Kendall says the government will move swiftly.
The question isn't whether we're going to act, we will. Whether that is a ban on social media for the under 16s or restrictions on key features and functions. And I've been very clear with Ofcom that people will expect to see action.
David Austin, the CEO of the British Board of Film Classification, says there's a relatively simple solution right in front of our noses.
What we're calling for is that social media companies be held to the same high protection standards that exist offline. So we won't allow a 13-year-old, for example, to go and see an 18-rated film in the cinema. So it makes no sense for that same 13-year-old to be exposed to really harmful content online.
The peace process appeared to remain on track in the Middle East on Tuesday, despite the US launching what it called self-defense strikes at Iranian targets, including missile launchers. Those were the first US strikes since the April 8th ceasefire took effect, but despite condemnation from the Iranian Foreign Ministry, who said the attacks were a definitive violation of the ceasefire, Iran did not pull out of the talks. Pakistan and Qatar are jointly hosting the process, and the signs are that progress is being made as Donald Trump prepares to host a cabinet meeting on Wednesday at the White House. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is in India, says it's time to open the strait.
The straits have to be open. They're going to be open one way or the other. So they need to be open. What's happening there is unlawful, it's illegal, it's unsustainable for the world, it's unacceptable.
There was a tragic incident in Belgium on Tuesday which saw 4 people killed in a collision between a train and a school bus. The dead included 2 adults and 2 children aged 12 and 15, and it appeared to happen when the driver made a left turn onto a level crossing while the gate was already down. The children on the bus were on their way to a local special needs school in the town of Bogenhout, and EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen was amongst those sharing sympathies, saying today Europe grieves with Belgium. Spokesman for Belgian rail service Infrabel, Thomas Bacon, said it appeared to be a tragic accident.
At the moment of the impact, the level crossing was closed, so that means the barriers were down and the red lights were flashing. So we are trying to understand why the minivan was still going ahead.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, Naomi Osaka stuns in Paris and tributes to a travel TV legend. Right after this. Welcome back. We have just over a month until Wimbledon gets underway, which means that this week tennis fans are keenly watching the French Open at Roland Garros to try and predict how summer in SW19 will unfold. So far there have been some high-profile exits, including UK number 1 Cameron Norrie. He had to quit halfway through his first round match in blistering heat, and he says he just wasn't fully fit. Katie Boulter is through to round 2, as is Naomi Osaka, who took the Paris assignment seriously and entered the court in a dramatic dress and corset combo that was concealing a custom-made gold Nike tennis dress. She half-jokingly said it was a tribute to Paris's most famous icon.
Honestly, it's very couture. And also, funny enough, I feel like I'm, you know the Eiffel Tower at night when it's like sparkly? Yeah. I kind of think I look like that a little bit.
We may be near the end of the football season, but we still have the prospect of a World Cup of Chaos to come this summer. The tournament, which includes 48 teams, or at least should unless Donald Trump bans half of them, is due to start on June 11th and will be hosted across Mexico, Canada and the US. The English team have round 1 games in Dallas, Boston and New Jersey, while Scotland fans will get less air miles as they have 2 games in Boston and 1 in Miami. To get the nation in the mood, the BBC is airing a 4-part adaptation of James Graham's play Dear England, which follows Gareth Southgate's 8 years at the helm. Joseph Fiennes plays the England boss, and he says it's about more than just football.
It encapsulates a whole host of very important themes and gnarly subjects, but in a very fun and entertaining way. And football is the lens in which we get to engage on subjects of toxic masculinity, racism, the extraordinary pressures that young athletes are under.
The bank holiday weekend saw the passing at age 90 of a British TV icon, journalist and traveller extraordinaire Judith Chalmers. She had a 60-year career which included presenting Strictly predecessor Come Dancing and was a host of Radio 4's Women's Hour alongside presenting on BBC Radio 2, but it was as a travel presenter that she became most well known. She presented ITV's Wish You Were Here for almost 30 years, travelling the world and presenting almost 200 episodes. She was given an OBE in 2004 and spoke to Lorraine in 2018 about the unlikely impact of her TV career. Rest in peace, Judith.
It's lovely and I enjoy it. And the selfies. A lady came up to me the other day and she said, I'd like you to meet Judith Chalmers. I said, oh. And so it was her husband. He said he's called Judith Chalmers, she said, because he's always away. And the people who come up and say that, isn't it lovely?
That's great.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.